In the 1960s, as drugs became symbols of youthful rebellion, social upheaval, and political dissent, the government halted scientific research to evaluate their medical safety and efficacy.
In June 1971, President Nixon declared a war on drugs. He dramatically increased the size and presence of federal drug control agencies and pushed through measures such as mandatory sentencing and no-knock warrants. Nixon temporarily placed marijuana on Schedule I, the most restrictive category of drugs, pending review by a commission he appointed led by Republican Pennsylvania Governor Raymond Schaefer. In 1972, the commission unanimously recommended decriminalizing the possession and distribution of marijuana for personal use. Nixon ignored the report and rejected its recommendations.
Between 1973 and 1977, however, 11 states decriminalized marijuana possession. In January 1977, President Jimmy Carter was inaugurated on a campaign platform that included marijuana decriminalization. In October of 1977, the Senate Judiciary Committee voted to decriminalize possession of up to an ounce of marijuana for personal use.
Within just a few years, through the tide had. You want to restart?
No.
Within just a few years, though, the tide had shifted. Proposals to decriminalize marijuana was abandoned as parents became increasingly concerned about high rates of teen marijuana use. Marijuana was ultimately caught up in a broader cultural backlash against the perceived permissiveness of the 1970s.
Addiction is a complex disorder characterized by compulsive drug use. While each drug produces different physical effects, all abused substances share one thing in common. Repeated use can alter the way the brain looks and functions.
Taking a recreational drug causes a surge in levels of dopamine in your brain, which trigger feelings of pleasure. Your brain remembers these feelings and wants them repeated. If you become addicted, the substances take on the same significance as other survival behaviors, such as eating and drinking. Changes in your brain interfere with your ability to think clearly, exercise good judgment, control your behavior, and feel normal without drugs.
Whether you are addicted to inhalants, heroin, speed, or Vicodin, the uncontrollable craving to use grows more important than anything else, including family, friends, career, and even your own health and happiness. We have came up with a program of 4 steps for drug abuse that we think would help a person get over their addiction, and I'm going to be the person trying to help the drug addict, which is Roy, and he's going to give me some answers of the questions I ask him. So here we go. The first step is to start off by thinking about all the bad times you had during your time of doing drugs.
My goal in life wasn't living, it was getting high. I was falling in a downward spiral towards a point of no return. Over the years, I turned to cocaine, marijuana, and alcohol under a false belief it would allow me to escape my problems. It just made things worse. I had everything, a good job, money, a loving family, yet I felt so empty inside, as if I had nothing. Over 20 years of using, I kept saying to myself, I'm going to stop permanently after using this last time. It never happened. There were even moments I had thought of giving up on life.
The next step is to set goals for yourself and be very specific about this, and like add a date you would like to be clean by, like maybe the first of the year.
I had a date in mind for me to be clean of drugs, and that date was the 31st of January.
Well, that's very close to the first, so it's pretty good. The third step is to take all of your drugs or anything you have that would make you want to go get high or something like that. You just need to take them out of your life for good.
It is going to be tough to get all the drugs out of my life because most of my friends do the drugs. If I'm going to get the drugs away from me, I'm going to need to get my friends out of my life as well.
Hanging around the wrong people, Roy. And the final step is you need to be open about this with your family because they will be the ones that are most supportive of you in your time of getting clean.
I have told my family about the drugs and that I'm even going to a local support group at the church.
Those are some very good steps, some very good responses for those steps, and that is our program that we think would work the best if you were trying to get clean from drugs.